Radiohead. I thought that since I really like prog rock that I might like these guys.
The video that I just stitched to is about music that people say are important but doesn't connect to you. And that creator mentioned Radiohead, that it didn't connect to him. And the reason I isolated that clip is because, man, that was me in the early 2000s. So here's the deal. On the jazz scene, Radiohead became the band that everybody was checking out. All of the young musicians in their 20s, they were all about Radiohead. In fact, I remember doing a gig in Spooner, Wisconsin, and there were some students that went to the university. I think it was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and they could play, and they were on the gig. And I remember the saxophone player asked me, "Hey, man, is there any other music you check out, like pop music?" And I said, "Well, yeah, actually, I like Jimi Hendrix's music, and I've also been getting into 70s Stevie Wonder and this and that." And then he asked me, "Have you ever checked out Radiohead?" And I said, I haven't, but I've been hearing a lot about them and I'll have to check them out. And I did. And I remember checking out OK Computer. And what I realized was it wasn't music I believed in. It was good music. It was good songwriting. And, you had guys that knew what they were doing. So it wasn't like that kind of music where harmony is all wrong or there's lack of harmony. It wasn't that. It was good music, but it didn't really inspire me. It wasn't music that I believed in. It wasn't like when I first heard Band of Gypsies of Jimi Hendrix, and after 10 seconds, I said, okay, I got to sit down and listen to this. This is incredible. It wasn't that feeling. But at the time, man, that was the band on the jazz scene. I'm dead serious. That's what everybody was into, and especially the younger players. And what I just made the decision and said, this is not what I believe in. Because another thing that happens, and this definitely happened in the 2000s, is that you have older musicians that don't want to seem like snobs or closed-minded to people that are closed-minded. But anyway, they don't want to seem like that, so they'll go along with the style of music. And they'll say, yes, I'm open to the new thing. And they'll go along with it. And I decided, I'm not going to go along with this. It's not bad music, but it's not music I believed in.